At BlizzCon, we finally had the reveal of Sombra. After months of rumours, ARG nonsense, and all that good stuff, we finally learned who she is and what her kit actually is. She looks awesome. Haven't had a chance to play her yet on the PTR because, well, good luck with everyone trying to jump on her at once. And of course, prior to her reveal at BlizzCon, the discussion was mostly circling around the ARG that Blizzard was conducting. Now, while at first it seemed pretty cool, people were excited to be discovering new clues, trying to figure out who this new hero is and all that good stuff, criticisms quickly came to the surface after it became apparent that this isn't really an ARG in the truest sense of the word. This was just finding the breadcrumbs that Blizzard had left for you, and if they weren't ready to give you any more, well, there was nothing you to discover. That was it. And, it was not only that, but, it had countdowns leading to countdowns, which they themselves led to nothing at all, and it was just very sort of dreary, not much to discover until Blizzard was ready to give it to you. So, while the ARG idea was cool and could have been executed really well, I'm not against the idea of an ARG, especially with a hacking-themed character who does work. I don't think they executed it amazingly, and to be honest, it dragged out far too long as well. And now we have some comments from the Overwatch lead hero designer Geoff Goodman, who helped design the ARG before it began but wasn't as directly involved after that. And he's spoken on the ARG and how they have heard the criticism and understands people's concerns. And he said, quote, "We will definitely take in the feedback. I think it was fair, the feedback. We're not very good at ARGs. We've never done one before. Overall, I think it was a success. We got to show off Sombra in ways that we wouldn't have otherwise been able to. People get an idea of who she is and a little bit of her personality before we even unveiled her." And, that's fair, and if overall they feel it was a success, that's definitely, obviously a valid feeling to have. They know way more about people's feelings and criticisms than I do, of course. All I've gotten was a small sampling of probably what they've heard directly from fans. But I'm definitely not against them doing something similar in the future, but I really hope they've listen to what people have had to say, that you either do the ARG for less time or you drop more information throughout that period, because obviously they always knew it was probably going to be a BlizzCon reveal, because the final clue that we got in the ARG was, hey, I'll see you in a few days, and this was a few days prior to BlizzCon, and well, there she was. So there are definitely things to keep in mind if they want to go down this route in the future. Now, these comments were made to Kotaku, who also heard from the artist Rachel Day, and she said, quote, "We have this new and interesting character that's all about hacking, but what does that even mean, right? We're sitting around saying, what does hacking mean? Going through this and showing the puzzle and how intelligent she is and how strong she is doing this stuff on her own, I think was a really great way for us to display that." Now, judging from both Geoff and Rachel's comments here, it seems that they didn't anticipate people solving their clues as quickly as they did. Blizzard still communicates in language of ARGs, puzzles where there's quite a lot of effort that you have to put into solving them, and obviously people expected their payouts kind of equal to the effort that they put in. People solved them still fairly quickly. Well, when you've got thousands of people working on them at once, it's kind of expected that they're going to get solved pretty damn quickly. And, when it's just a countdown leading to another countdown, obviously they're going to feel let down. And it seems that they didn't anticipate people solving them as quickly as they did, and it's just the timing that Blizzard needed to work on. And I agree that that's the case. They obviously had in their heads a timeline of, okay, we've got this first clue. It's going to take people roughly X time to solve this clue. So by that time, it won't be too long a wait until we have this new thing ready for them. And obviously people went past their expectations, and here we are. Now, it does seem, again, from Geoff's comments, which I'll go through in a second, which he said, well, BlizzCon was the goal for a long time, that BlizzCon was, in fact, the planned reveal for Sombra, and to be honest, this is why I think they should have just made their ARG shorter, maybe started it a bit later on, or given us more information throughout that period, rather than just countdown after countdown, blah, 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 blah. Because that was the main reason that people were feeling frustrated, is there was just no new information. We learned literally nothing that Blizzard didn't want to tell us. We could have discovered small pieces of her kit, or near the end we start to see small samples of what she might look like, or other such things, and maybe tiny snippets of lore or something along those lines. I'm not saying I would have done it perfectly, because, well, I'm not a massive multinational corporation, but you get what I'm saying. So it seems they don't have any ARGs planned for any future character reveals, but of course it's not off the cards either, so Hopefully if they do this again, then they will have learned from everything that they did with Sombra. To be honest, they probably should have expected their clues to be solved fairly quickly because, well, okay, yeah, they were really complicated, but we are literally talking about thousands of people here. So when you've got a lot of those people who are going to be interested in technology and are going to be delving into it and they're working together as well, you're going to have these clues dismantled fairly swiftly, I would say. So hopefully we won't get another dragged out ARG for months with no clues whatsoever until we finally get the reveal at BlizzCon, which was going to happen anyway. So, with all that said, it seems Blizzard were listening to everyone's complaints. Fingers crossed! Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.